transcend social and economic boundaries. Our Sahib aimed of creating an inclusive and accessible educational environment, and with his leadership, he has grown from a single room teaching to a thriving and educational conglomerate encompassing a wide range of disciplines from arts and science to medicines and technologies, with network of over 180 educational institutes, including schools, colleges, hospitals, and research institutions. For the immeasurable contribution of Honorable Founder Dr. Patangrao Kadam Sahib, we all unite here to pay our tribute to him and remember him in our hearts. Hello, Namaste, and welcome all. I, Prachi Patil from 3rd year BCom, with immense pleasure welcome you all to the inauguration ceremony of 3-day induction program of Bharatiya Vidyapeeth's Yashwantrao Mohite College of Arts, Science and Commerce. We are truly grateful to everyone present here, and once again, heartwarming welcome. It is our tradition to begin our program with Bharatiya Vidyapeeth's anthem, the Bharati Vidyapeeth Geet.
सहकार्याचे सत्कार्याचे प्रतीक येथे आहे, प्रतीक येथे आहे.
सहकार्याचे सत्कार्याचे सहकार्याचे सत्कार्याचे प्रतीक येथे आहे. सहकार्याचे सत्कार्याचे प्रतीक येथे आहे. या देशाचे विद्याभूषण ज्ञानपीठ आहे. या देशाचे विद्याभूषण ज्ञानपीठ आहे. ज्ञानपीठ आहे. भारती विद्यापीठ आहे. भारती विद्यापीठ आहे. भारती विद्यापीठ आहे.
ज्ञानदानन पुण्याईचे पावन मंदिर आहे. पावन मंदिर आहे.
पावन मंदिर आहे. पावन मंदिर आहे. भारती विद्यापीठ आहे. भारती विद्यापीठ आहे. भारती विद्यापीठ आहे. घेतली ध्येय पतंगाने. तुफानाशी झुंज घेतली गुणी आनंदाने. वादळातून झेप घेतली ध्येय पतंगाने. तुफानाशी झुंज घेतली गुणी आनंदाने. यशवंताचे यशोगीत हे मूर्तिमंत गाणे. यशवंताचे यशोगीत हे मूर्तिमंत गाणे.
निर्धाराची निश्चल निष्ठा. निर्धाराची निश्चल निष्ठा त्याग मागते आहे. त्याग मागते आहे.
त्याग मागते आहे. त्याग मागते आहे. भारती विद्यापीठ आहे.
भारती विद्यापीठ आहे. भारती विद्यापीठ आहे.
सह्यगिरीची पर्वतराजी सभोवती सुंदर सह्यगिरीची पर्वतराजी सभोवती सुंदर दिनदुबळ्यांची वाट वळावी असेच फुले घर दिनदुबळ्यांची वाट वळावी असेच फुले घर नंदनवन हे फुला मुलांचे सेवेला तत्पर नंदनवन हे फुला मुलांचे सेवेला तत्पर
मानवतेची निर्मळ गंगा मानवतेची निर्मळ गंगा इथे वाहते आहे इथे वाहते आहे
इथे वाहते आहे इथे वाहते आहे भारती विद्यापीठ आहे
भारती विद्यापीठ आहे भारती विद्यापीठ आहे
छत्रपतींच्या कर्मवीरांच्या कार्याची प्रेरणा छत्रपतींच्या कर्मवीरांच्या कार्याची प्रेरणा देय महाशक्ती फुल्यांच्या मनातील कल्पना देय महाशक्ती फुल्यांच्या मनातील कल्पना सुमंगलाची
विज्ञानाची
आम्ही करू प्रार्थना सुमंगलाची
विज्ञानाची
आम्ही करू प्रार्थना
येणारा प्रत्येक क्षण हा येणारा प्रत्येक क्षण हा आमच्यासाठी आहे आमच्यासाठी आहे
आमच्यासाठी आहे आमच्यासाठी आहे भारती विद्यापीठ आहे
भारती विद्यापीठ आहे भारती विद्यापीठ आहे
सहकार्याचे सत्कार्याचे सहकार्याचे सत्कार्याचे प्रतीक येथे आहे सहकार्याचे सत्कार्याचे प्रतीक येथे आहे या देशाचे विद्याभूषण ज्ञानपीठ आहे या देशाचे विद्याभूषण ज्ञानपीठ आहे ज्ञानपीठ आहे भारती विद्यापीठ आहे भारती विद्यापीठ आहे भारती विद्यापीठ आहे भारती विद्यापीठ आहे
We Indians have the culture to begin any auspicious event with the blessings of God. And hence, let's start the induction program with a melodious song which will be sung by our ma'am from English department, Miss Anvesha Fukan.
Namaskar. This is my humble attempt to sing a Marathi song, and as I am not a native Marathi speaker, so if I make any mistake, I beg your pardon. This song is dedicated to all the new students who have come to this institution with colorful dreams and aspirations. सुखा का भोगी कुणी स्वयं प्रकाशी तो तारा चैतन्याचा गाभारा भर पंखातून स्वप्न उद्याचे भर पंखातून स्वप्न उद्याचे झेप घेरे पाखरा उजळून घे साधका मन मंदिरा तेजाने उजळून घे साधका मन मंदिरा मन मंदिरा मन मंदिरा. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, ma'am. It was truly mesmerizing. Thank you so much. Dear all, today with the inauguration of our 3 days induction program, we mark the 4th consecutive year of voyage with the Vice Chancellor and consider this induction program as the best practice. I know you all are eager to know about this induction program in detail, but who would be better to tell us about this than the person who is the originator of this idea and the best practice? Yes, I am talking about our beloved principal, Professor Dr. V.A. Rankhambe sir, who has the distinct quality of getting perfection in even the minute details. He is strict but also friendly, motivating and also rigid. I would respect our all-rounder principal sir to take over the mic and brief us about the induction program. Thank you.
It's beautiful morning with the voice of Anvisha, which has added absolute glory to the program. तळहाताच्या रेषानी सहज सुखा का भोगी कुणी. मला असं वाटतं की डॉक्टर पतंगराव कदमचं चरित्रापेक्षा अधिक चांगला अर्थ या थिअरीचा प्रॅक्टिकल रूपानं आपल्यासमोर असूच शकत नाही, असे संस्थेचे संस्थापक डॉक्टर पतंगरावजी कदम साहेब यांच्या पुण्यपवन स्मृतीला विनम्र अभिवादन करून I extend a very hearty welcome to the prime speaker of today's program, the person who is going to deliver the 4th lecture in the series Voyage with the Vice Chancellor. Why we should start our journey at the time of convocation? Why not at the induction? That was the only thought I had given to it. Honorable Vice Principal Dr. G.V. Mali sir, Dr. Sadashiv Patil, then convener of this particular induction program, Dr. Prashant Patil, head of the departments, and dear NEP batch students. The most important and the distinctive characteristic of this particular batch, that you all are NEP batch students. I also welcome all your parents, those who are there online, and I feel that though yesterday we invited Dr. Pandit Vidyasagar as a Vice Chancellor, which is the essential condition of this particular lecture series, that no one else but the person who is going to deliver address should be the Vice Chancellor of any university, whether he is sitting or a former. But that sort of mindset I had exactly 12 hours before. And now when I am standing before you, I feel that the most befitting kind of person we have got to deliver a lecture in this particular series. The most important characteristic of NEP is the interdisciplinary and multidisciplinary nature of it. And who else than Dr. Pandit Vidyasagar, who had completed his PhD in 1978, having biophysics, medical physics, having spread across various disciplines of studies of physics, had completed in 1978. Sir as the in-charge principal, I will just brief you about some of the achievements of this particular college. That one of our students have been honored with Padma Shri. One of the student has recently won the gold medal in the World University Chess Championship Uganda on 30th of June, and she has been honored also as the under 16 world champion, Miss Akanksha. Secondly, the faculty is also engaged with research. In last period of assessment, we have 195 research papers published by our faculty in last 5 years only, and many of them are in reputed journals. College has also secured its place in the annals of India Book of Record and Asia Book of Record. I have already introduced you about the achievement. Sir has also written some articles on NAC, and sir has seen the growth of NAC. Sir has also seen the growth of Bharati Vidyapit. Even much before establishment of this particular college, he has been associated with the work and the contribution done by Dr. Patangrao Kadam and Dr. Shivaji Rao Kadam sir in their respective capacities to the city of learning. While talking about NAC, sir, I must tell you, and very humbly, that so far we have followed the conventional pattern of NAC, and as an Art, Science, Commerce College, we have followed that pattern, but now this year we are following the medical or health manual pattern we are following, and very shortly we are expected to go for 4th cycle of re-accreditation. Sir, as you know that in the city of Pune, there was no other college which was ready to become a constituent unit of any deemed university. But 30 years back, under the leadership of Principal Dr. K.D. Jadhav sir, this college, this Art, Science, Commerce College, braved the storm and became the first constituent unit of any deemed university. So this particular honor also we have. As far as the things are concerned, I must tell you about a few things about sir's personality, that he is not only a scientist, he is not only a researcher, he is not only a vice chancellor, but as a student of literature, one more facet of his personality appeals me a lot, and that is the most difficult part, writing poetry. He has extensively written in Marathi, he has extensively written in English, the biographies of some of the scientists, and since his childhood he has devoted to the field of science. And how a devotee can be, as rightly described in Anvesha's song, he is a साधक. तो साधक असतो, आणि तो साधक आपली वाट कशी चालतो, तर ज्ञानेश्वरांनी ओवी या प्रकारामध्ये लिखाण करत असताना चंद्रमे जे आल्हांछन मार्तंड जे तापहीन ते सर्वाही सदा सज्जन सोयरी होतू. या वाटणाऱ्या ओव्या एवढ्या सोप्या साध्या सहज नसतात, परंतु ओवी प्रकारामध्ये ओवी विज्ञानाची लिखाणाचं काम पंडित विद्यासागर यांनी केलेलं आहे. ही गोष्ट फार महत्त्वाची आहे. आणि मग ते लिहितात, हे जगत अवतरले कैसे. बिग बँग थिअरीचा आपण विचार करतो, त्यावेळेला ते प्रश्न विचारताना त्या प्रश्नाशी संलग्न विचार करत असताना ते लिहितात, हे जग अवतरले कैसे, तयाचे कुतूहल मनी वसे, नाना ग्रंथा माझी असे, त्याचे प्रतिबिंब दृगोचर, परी विज्ञानाचे ठाई, त्याचे गमक कळो पाही, देई विश्वोत्पत्तीची ग्वाही, डोळसपणे जाणगा. या स्वरूपाची रचना करणं हे खूप अवघड आहे. I really salute today's prime speaker for this God gifted kind of ability. कारण एका मेटाफिजिक्सला फिजिकलच्या रूपामध्ये, शब्द रूपामध्ये आणून त्याचा अनुभवाची आपल्याला काही अनुभूती देणं, ही गोष्ट ही त्यांची असामान्यता दर्शवते. आणि विशेष सगळ्यात शेवटी एवढंच मला सांगायचं आहे की आपल्या सगळ्यांना नावं आहेत, आपल्या प्रत्येकाने एक नाव धारण केलेलं आहे, परंतु सरांचं जर नाव तुम्ही बघितलं तर कुलगुरू, प्रोफेसर, डॉक्टर, पंडित विद्यासागर, ही जर सगळी मालिका बघितली तर ही सगळी विशेषणांची मालिका आहे. यामध्ये नावाचा पत्ता नाही आहे. नाव धारण करून ते सिद्ध करणं हे अवघड आहे. इथं विशेषणानं सिद्ध करायचं आहे. अशा स्वरूपाचा एक सिद्ध पुरुष या ठिकाणी आलेला आहे. आणि म्हणून शेवटी मी एवढंच सांगेन, ज्ञानेश्वरांच्या भाषेमध्ये सांगेन, आता हृदय हे आपुले चौफाळून या भले, वरी बैसवी पाऊले श्री गुरूंची. इतक्या स्वरूपाचा एक वेगळा मनस्वी आनंद देणारा आजचं हे लेक्चर सिरीज आहे. सरांनी श्वास नावाची विद्यार्थ्यांच्या स्कॉलरशिपची फार महत्त्वाची योजना SRTMमध्ये राबवली. अत्यंत अवघड काळामध्ये, अतिशय प्रतिकूल परिस्थितीमध्ये माणूस किती ठाम आणि विश्वासानं चालू शकतो याचं एक मूर्तिमंत उदाहरण म्हणून सरांच्या सगळ्या वाटचालीकडे बघावं लागेल. आणि म्हणून या कार्यक्रमानंतर विद्यार्थ्यांच्यासाठी ज्या स्कॉलरशिप्स भारत सरकार, महाराष्ट्र शासन आणि त्याचबरोबर हे संपूर्ण भारतीय विद्यापीठाचा विश्वही आपल्यासाठी घेऊन उभा आहे, आपल्या शिक्षणासाठी आम्ही सगळे उभे आहोत, त्याचा परिचय करून देणाऱ्या आपल्या फलकाचं उद्घाटन की जो डॉक्टर ज्ञानेश्वर फड आणि डॉक्टर वैशाली अडसूळ यांनी तयार केलेला आहे, त्याचं अनावरणही आपण सरांच्याच शुभहस्ते करतो आहोत. महाविद्यालयाच्या वतीनं सर्व विद्यार्थ्यांच्या वतीनं, सर्व स्टाफच्या वतीनं कोणतीही औपचारिकता मनामध्ये न ठेवता आज या ठिकाणी आपलं स्वागत करताना मनस्वी आनंद होतोय. हे संपूर्ण घडवण्यासाठी डॉक्टर BN पवार यांचं जे सहकार्य लाभलेलं आहे त्याबद्दल त्यांच्याही प्रति कृतज्ञता व्यक्त करतो. आणि या ठिकाणी पुनश्च एक वेळ आपण सर्वांचं स्वागत करून थांबतो. धन्यवाद.
Thank you so much, sir. And now it's time to know about our chief guest, Honorable former Vice Chancellor Dr. Pandit Vidyasagar, in detail from Assistant Professor Miss Mayuri Ma'am from Department of Commerce.
Thank you, Prachi. So first of all, I feel very honored that I got the opportunity to introduce you, talk about you in person. So thank you so much. So Dr. Pandit Bhalchandra Vidyasagar is a renowned educationist, internationally acclaimed scientist, accomplished writer, and an able administrator. Sir has a vast experience of more than 36 years in teaching and research from the Department of Physics of Savitribai Phule, Pune University. Sir has completed his MSc and PhD from the University of Pune. His contribution in the field of study is that he has established many new courses such as BSc in Biomedical Techniques in 1982, then Medical Instrumentations in 1984, Advanced Diploma course in Bioinformatics in 1997, MTech Energy Studies in 2001, BSc Optometry in 2002. Dr. Vidyasagar has participated in the curriculum development program of university's Grand Commission and helped in introducing an interdisciplinary components in physics curriculum. He participated in UNESCO projects on physics education and edited book on foundation courses in physics. He has worked as an assistant editor of Physics Education Journal published by UGC, New Delhi, and brought special issues on biophysics. He has worked as an associate director for the National Talent Search Program and Kishore Vaidyanik Protsahan Yojana, Government of India, and as a coordinator for National Eligibility Test for College Teachers by UGC, New Delhi. About his research, Sir has published more than 55 research publications. He has guided more than 16 PhD students and MPhil students. He has also participated in countless training programs, workshops, and seminars in his lifetime. And the list is huge, so it cannot be read here. He has written 11 books, more than 200 articles, and has produced multiple films and radio talks. He has worked with various statutory authorities of university. He was the chairman for 7 years of ad hoc Board of Studies in Basic Medical Sciences, University of Pune. He was member board of studies in biophysics of Mumbai University, Banaras Hindu University, and Shivaji University. He was also a member of Management Council and member of Senate, University of Pune from the year 2006 to 2009. He has also been an active member of Executive Council of Indian Biophysical Society, Maharashtra Academic Society of Science. Sir has bagged number of awards for his commendable contribution in the field of research and education, like Chiplunkar Smriti Award by Indian Physics Association in 1996, the Best Teacher Award in 1998 by the University of Pune, Vidya Vyas Award in 2003 by Vidya Sahakari Bank for significant contribution to teaching and popularization of science, Maharashtra Sahitya Parishad Golden Jubilee Year Award 2005, G.R. Paranjpe Vishwa Grantha Puraskar for Scientific Writing Education Award by ETH Research Laboratory, Pune, and Powering Efforts for Popularizing Science in Marathi in 2009, and many more such recognitions. It will honestly take one more hour if I go into detailed introduction, but due to limitation of time, I limit my introduction here, and I request our in-charge principal, sir, to please felicitate our guest of honor, Dr. Pandit Vidyasagar, sir. Thank you so much, sir. I would now request our guest of honor to please guide our students. We are eagerly waiting for your speech, sir. Thank you.
Good morning. Are you awake? Yes, okay. Let me pay my tribute to founder of this Bharati Vidyapit, Honorable Patangraoji Kadam, dignitaries on the dais, principal of this college, Dr. Ankhambe, my friend Dr. B.N. Pawar, all other teachers, students and friends. In fact, it gives me a great pleasure to be here because I am associated with this institution for a long time. Since 1980, I have been coming to this campus in Pharmacy College. We have also shared a course on biomedical techniques, and I have been instrumental in promoting that course. And after that long association is there, so many times I have visited this particular college and all other institutions also, here in Pune, in Kedgaon and Kolhapur. So I am very happy to be here. Second thing is I wish to thank principal for his brilliant idea. Having an interaction with the Vice Chancellor, so this will go as a best practice for the NACA, I am sure. So this should be continued. But one more thing that I have been thinking of writing my memoirs for a long time, since last 10 years, because I see the notes which I have made 10 years back. But somehow it was not materializing. Somewhere or other, I keep myself busy in many things. So last 3 months I was in US, and then I decided that I should complete those memoirs, and I did complete it. And this is the first occasion that I am speaking on that. So thank you, Principal, for inviting me for this occasion. Friends, be relaxed. We are not talking anything complicated, very simple. And this is a dialogue. So if you want to ask any question anytime, you can ask. There is no bar, okay? We can have a dialogue. Orientation, what is the purpose of orientation? See, you are entering a new world. Now you are taking, some of you have got admission in first year of your degree. Maybe it's science, arts, commerce, whatever it is. And remember that this is the new life or new era you are entering in. So forget about the past. So that will be my first advice to you, that don't take your past with you. Whatever is there, you may be poor, you may be rich, you may be from village, you may be from city, anywhere, leave that burden away. Don't take, you might have some, some quarrels with somebody or some displeasures for somebody. Forget about all this. Now you have a new life to lead and you should start afresh. The advantage with you is that you are young, and that is the biggest asset which you have. You will not undermine that, because we can't aim now, because we are now finished, we are at the last phase of our life. So we have no time, you have time. And that is the best asset which you have, and you should not waste it. So plan for anything in the world. Don't hesitate in planning, don't hesitate in deciding your aim, because your aim should be the one which you cannot achieve at this time, so that you will strive to achieve it and you will improve yourself. If you are aiming a aim, or you are keeping a aim which is easily achievable, then that is not an aim, because then it will not give you anything. So that is my first advice. About the name, it has been said that I have a name, Pandit Vidyasagar. But there is nothing in the name. Name is an identity. It doesn't speak about your quality. Remember this. So name is nothing. It is just an identification mark. Everybody has a name, and that is given by your parents. You have no contribution in that. So why did they do it? I don't know. But it was a burden for me in the childhood. I remember in the school, I have to study. Because if I don't, then they'll say, what? Now Pandit hai, and Akkal Ghoda Pude Dhaute. So that was the pressure on me to prove myself. So I used to think that why did I get this name? I should have got some common name, But that name you cannot change, because once it is there, it will be there throughout your life. I'll tell you a story of the name. There was one boy, and whose name his parents put as Than Pal. Okay? So he was very unhappy. What is this name? Other people have a lot of names, good names, and I am Than Pal. So he said, okay, let me see what is there in the name. So he starts a journey. The first person he meets is an old woman. So what she was doing? She was collecting dung, okay, in the field. So he asked, what is your name? He said, Lakshmi. So he got very surprised. Now her name is Lakshmi, and what she is doing, she is picking up the dung in the field. He said, okay. Then he goes further. Then there is a person, he is having one sheet with him, and he is not able to read it. So he requests this Than Pal to read it for him. So he reads that. What is your name? Pandit. You are a Pandit, you can't read. Then he goes further, and then he finds there is a procession, dead body is being carried out. So he asks, who was that person? He says, Amar Singh. So he said, Lakshmi to Jibla Bechi, Bhik Mange Dhanapal. Dhanapal, his name was Dhanapal, and he was begging. Bhik Mange Dhanapal, Amar Singh to Mar Gaya, Mahi Bala Jo Than Pal. So whatever name you have, it is the best name. So don't forget about the name, okay? So friends, I started my school in a very small village. It is a small village in Marathwada in Bid district. We had there was no place to sit. We were sitting in a temple, Ganpati temple. And it was on the road. There was no shelter also. It was open. And when we used to read or write or learn, there were people going around. Some people going to bazaar, some people going to river, some people going to farm. And that was our class. So teachers used to teach there, and we used to learn. We never thought that there are so many disadvantages we are facing. In fact, we are very happy because there was an opportunity to learn. So that is the mindset which we had. Because we were happy with whatever we had. We were not expecting anything better than that. What was our best desire that time? Because there was a big building for classes 5th, 6th and 7th. So we always imagined that one day we will go there. We will be in that building. We will be able to sit in a class because we had no class. So that is how we learn. That's what I have learned. But we were happy because we knew what we have. We were not worried what we don't have or we didn't have. And that I will tell you one experience which I had later on when I was working in Pune University. Some students from US used to visit Pune University under exchange program. So there was a group of students who came from Calgary, and there was one girl who wanted to do project under my guidance. So then I thought that what should we teach a student coming from US, because they have all the technology, all advanced technology, everything is there. What is there which we can give them? That time I was working in People Science Movement, Lok Vigyan Sangatna. So we used to go to villages, give lectures and that. So I asked her, can you join that? Remember, we always criticize people from advanced countries like Europe and US and all. We always find faults with them. But we ignore their qualities. We should not ignore. The best quality which I have experienced with these people from the developed countries, that they keep their word. Once they say yes, means yes. There is nothing else. Not like Indians, yes, no, whether it is yes or no, you don't know. That's what other people say, that it is very difficult to understand Indians because we can't know that whether they are saying yes or no. But once they say yes, they will do it. So that girl used to come with us to the villages, stay there, participate in the program, and she completed her project in 2 or 3 months. She wrote the project. At the end, I asked her, what is your takeaway message? What did you learn in these 3 months? She said, I know now what I have. Because up till now I used to complain that I don't have this, I don't have that. Now I know what I have. So realize what you have. You have joined this college, find out what you have in this college, what you can make use of, or what is the advantages for you. Don't think what is there in other college, other university, other department. That can be seen later on. First utilize whatever things you have, what capabilities you have, and that is the first lesson you should know. So this school kind of things was very tough that time because my financial condition was very bad. I was the poorest of the house. My mother actually worked in the field, and that she was not supposed to do, but she did it. But one lesson she taught us, that don't beg. Work and earn. Don't feel shy of any type of work you do, but you should live with the dignity. Don't beg. Don't take anything which doesn't belong to you or it's not for you. And that lesson I am still following. I feel very uneasy if I get something which I have not earned. If somebody is trying to give me something, I'll politely refuse. No, I don't want this. Because I'm not happy with it. You should be happy with it. And that is the lesson which mother has taught us. I will not go into that because I don't like talking about the past days. They are gone. And don't carry that burden with you. I will tell you another story of burden. There was one guru and his disciple. Disciple was very young and guru was a very learned person, aged one and all. So whatever guru is to tell, that disciple is to follow. He used to honor that guru very much. So one day that guru used to teach them that you should not have lust, you should not, get carried away by something like that. He used to preach and the disciple used to learn. One day they were walking to other place. So they came near a river. So there they saw there is a young girl, sitting there and weeping. So that guru went to her and asked that what is the problem. She said that I cannot cross this river because I am afraid of water and that's why I am weeping. So what did that guru did? That guru lifted her up, put on his shoulder, walked through the rivers, went down to the other side and put her down and started walking. The disciple was very baffled. He said, Guru always tells that don't get carried away, this, that, and just seeing a young girl, he lifted her on her shoulder and carried to the other one. What is this? But he was hesitant to ask. How to ask? But after 1 kilometer they walked, he made a courage and he asked that, Guruji, I want to ask one thing. He said, what? Ask. He said, is it not contrary to what you are teaching? You got carried away by that young girl and carried her on your shoulder to the other side of the river. He said, young boy, I put her down there only, but you are still carrying her. So don't carry these burdens. Leave them there only and go ahead. So that is what I think. Now in the school, things were so tough. I'll take 1 or 2 instances, then we'll go to the next stage. That 7th class, we used to have a board exam. And for that, we had to go to Taluka place. That place was some 20-25 kilometers from my village. So you have to stay there for 3-4 days and give the exam. And where did we used to stay? In a dharamshala. Okay. So go to river, do all your necessary things, take bath also, come back, and whatever we carried for 4 days, we have to eat that only. There was no supply coming. Some students were rich, so their parents used to come every day. I was not that. So I knew that I will have nothing. I will have to carry out with whatever my mother has given for the 4 days. But one day, father of my friend arrived and he said that there is some, food for you. Your mother has given it. I was so surprised because I knew that it was very difficult for her to manage this, but she did it. And that is the thing which I never forget. So you should know what is the value of the food. Anna he parabrahma asta, asं म्हणतात. Okay? And that you will realize when you don't get it. If you are getting every day, your stomach full, you will keep on saying, this is not good, that is not good, that is not good. So that is the lesson I have learned in my childhood and I still follow it. Wherever I go in the world, now I had actually, meals in best of the places in the world. Best of the places. In Italy. You understand Marathi? Who doesn't understand Marathi? तर होल्टेरा म्हणून एक गाव आहे इटलीमध्ये आणि तिथे नेटोची कॉन्फरन्स होती. इतकं ब्युटिफुल गाव आणि सगळं फूड वगैरे, इट वॉज व्हेरी गुड. सो वन डे देर वॉज अ फिस्ट. आणि तुम्हाला सांगतो, आम्ही त्या फिस्टसाठी गेलो, म्हणजे डिनर होतं आणि तिकडे कोर्स डिनर असतं. आपल्यासारखं एकदम नाही वाढत ताटात सगळं, एक एक येतं. कोर्स डिनर म्हणतात. आम्हाला वाटलं की कोर्स डिनर म्हणजे 3-4 कोर्सेस असतील. आम्ही पहिले 3-4 कोर्सेसच दाखवून घेतलं सगळं. नंतर आम्हाला कळलं 10 कोर्सेस. पण तुम्हाला सांगतो, दॅट वॉज द बेस्ट फूड आय हॅव ॲक्च्युली टेस्टेड. But still I remember that what my mother has sent me when I was there in the 7th class. When in Italy, I used to visit Italy every alternate year and stay there for 3 months. So Italian food is very bland. Pasta वगैरे वगैरे, पण त्याच्यात काही चव नसते. म्हणजे आपले मसाले वगैरे काहीच नसतं. लोक इतके कुरकुर करायचे त्याच्यावर. आमचे सगळे कलिग होते, रोज त्याच्या नावाने खडे फोडायचे की काय खाणं आहे असं आहे. पण मी शांतपणे सगळं खायचो. तर ते मला विचारायचे की तू एवढं शांतपणे कसं काय खाऊ शकतो हे. तर मी म्हटलं तुम्हाला याची कल्पना नाही, मी जे फूड खाल्लं आहे त्याच्याविषयी खूप चांगलं आहे. आणि ही गोष्ट लक्षात ठेवा तुम्ही की यू रिमेंबर दिस, दॅट फूड इज द वन विच विल सस्टेन यू थ्रू आउट युअर लाईफ. and your attitude towards food really matters, that how you are, how your thoughts are, and that is also very important. After completing 11th standard, there was a big question, because I wanted to attend a college, I wanted to continue with science, and there was no college, there was only one college at Ahmednagar in that whole area, and it was not possible for me to go there because of financial reason. Then the question comes, where to go? So there was an advertisement that was from Patan, that is a small taluka in Satara district. And there was a new college coming up in the name of late Balasaheb Desai. And in that it was written that clever students will be offered the free shifts. So we decided that we'll go to that college. You know that at that time, to travel from my village to that place was very tough. You have to travel only by ST. In fact, nobody knew where the Patan is in our village and all those people. So we found out how to reach there, and we reached there by ST. When we landed there, we were shocked, because that is an Adivasi area. And people have no clothes, practically no clothes. But we thought that, okay, at least college is there, so we'll get the education. So when I saw that college was made up of barracks. भूकंपग्रस्तासाठी बरॅक बांधलेल्या होत्या, आणि त्याही छोट्या छोट्या होत्या, वरून पत्रे, बांबूच्या काठ्याचे भिंती. हां, नाही आता नवीन इमारत बांधली त्यांनी. आणि ते पाहिल्यानंतर आम्ही म्हणलं, हे काही कॉलेज आहे का? पण शिकण्याची इच्छा एवढी प्रबळ होती की आम्ही म्हणलं नाही, ठीक आहे, हे कॉलेज तर कॉलेज. त्या ऑफिसमध्ये आम्ही गेलो, माझा भाऊ होता माझ्याबरोबर मोठा. मला SSCला 77% मार्क होते, म्हणजे इट वॉज ऑलमोस्ट नियर टू द बोर्डामध्ये येण्याचे अगदी जवळचे मार्क होते मला. गणितामध्ये 97 होते, 94, 97. फिजिक्स केमिस्ट्रीमध्ये 90च्या पुढे होते, सायन्समध्ये तसेच होते. हिंदीमुळे माझा नंबर गेला होता, त्याला कमी होते जरा. पण हे मार्कशीट त्यांनी पाहिलं त्या ऑफिसमध्ये, आणि दे स्टार्टेड डाऊटिंग इट. कारण त्यांना वाटलं की एवढ्या मोठ्या चांगल्या मार्काचा मुलगा इतक्या लांबून इकडे कशाला येईल, म्हणजे हे फेक असलं पाहिजे, बोगस असलं पाहिजे. अँड माय ब्रदर हॅड अ टफ टाईम टू कन्व्हिन्स देम की नो, दिस इज नॉट बोगस. देन how to convince those people? But fortunately, one of the teacher who was from Islampur was in Karjat, professor. He gave us a cheat letter in the name of his friend who he was supposed to join that college. मला अजून आठवतं, हिंदीचे प्रोफेसर जाधव म्हणून होते, आणि त्यांना पत्र दिलं होतं. मग ते आम्हाला त्याच्या लक्षात आलं की आपण जाधव सरांना जाऊन भेटू. मग आम्ही जाधव सरांना जाऊन भेटलो. मग त्यांनी ते पाहिल्यानंतर म्हणले, अरे GY पाटलांनी दिले का? हां, मग हे खरं असलं पाहिजे. आणि देन दे वेर व्हेरी हॅपी की अरे इतके चांगल्या मार्काचा मुलगा आमच्याकडे आला, पहिल्याच वर्षी आला वगैरे. त्याच्यापुढे काय झालं, गंमत अशी झाली की माझ्या नावाने मेरिट स्कॉलरशिप आली. माझ्या नावाचा नेहमी घोळ होतो, लक्षात ठेवा, हे एवढं चांगलं नाव आहे पण सतत घोळ. ती आली आता विद्यासागर पंडित भालचंद्र, ती आली VP भालचंद्र या नावाने. आणि ऑफिसमध्ये लोक म्हणले, असा विद्यार्थीच नाही आपल्याकडे, VP भालचंद्र हा विद्यार्थीच नाही, परत पाठवून देऊ. पण त्या ऑफिसचे सुपरिटेंडेंट होते बाबर म्हणून. तर त्यांना ज्यावेळेस कळलं की परत पाठवत आहेत, त्यावेळेस ते म्हणले, काय सरकारला भेट लागलं का म्हणे, तुमच्याकडे विद्यार्थी नाही स्कॉलरशिप पाठवत आहेत, आणि ते नॅशनल मेरिट स्कॉलरशिप. परत चेक करा म्हणे सगळं, कुठे जिथे जिथे इनिशियल जुळतात ते बघा. आणि मग त्यांना कळलं की विद्यासागर पंडित भालचंद्र म्हणजे मीच आहे. आणि मग ती स्कॉलरशिप मला मिळाली. तर हे नावामुळे असे घोळ खूप होतात. बऱ्याच लोकांना पंडित हे आडनाव वाटतं, माझं ते नाव आहे, चालूच राहतं ते. तर अशा प्रकारे मला मेरिट स्कॉलरशिप तिथे मिळाली. गंमत काय झाली की दिवाळीची सुट्टी आली तरी आमच्या लॅबोरेटरी तयारच नव्हत्या. सामानच आलं नव्हतं पहिलंच वर्ष. Chemistry somehow it has started, physics didn't start. Then all material came in the Diwali vacation. So our teacher Prabhu Desai was a very good teacher, physics teacher. So he said ki bhai can you help us, म्हणजे विद्यार्थ्यांना म्हणाले की मला मदत करा, आम्हाला हे काम मुद्दाम सांगतोय तुम्हाला की अशी अपॉर्च्युनिटी आली तर कधी सोडू नका. तर त्यांनी आम्हाला म्हणाले की तुम्ही दिवाळीच्या सुट्टीत लवकर या घरून आणि आपण हे एक्सपेरिमेंट सेट करू. आणि आम्ही गेलो आणि मग अक्षरशः म्हणजे इन्स्ट्रुमेंट बाहेर काढण्यापासून आम्ही काम केलं, तर थेट प्रयोग करून जर्नल लिहिण्यापर्यंत. आणि त्याचा एवढा चांगला परिणाम झाला की आय बिकम सो कॉन्फिडेंट अबाउट दॅट की आयुष्यभर मला त्याचा फायदा झाला. त्यामुळे डोंट मिस द अपॉर्च्युनिटी. तुम्हाला जर अशी संधी कुठे आली महाविद्यालयात काम करायची तर ती अगदी सोडू नका तुम्ही. बायोलॉजीचं काय झालं, बायोलॉजी सॅम्पल आले नाही. आणि मग आम्हाला सातारला घेऊन गेले. ते संपतराव चव्हाण होते प्रिन्सिपल, ते आमच्या संस्थेमध्ये पण होते अधिकारावर. म्हणून आम्हाला तिथे घेऊन गेले 2 दिवसासाठी. सगळे सॅम्पल दाखवले 2 दिवसात. झालं तेच आमचं प्रॅक्टिकल. आणि मग आम्ही जर्नल काय लिहिलं तर ते बोर्डवर आकृत्या बघून काढल्या जर्नलमध्ये. झालं. परीक्षेमधला एक्सटर्नल एक्झामिनर आला आणि त्याला माहिती होतं आम्ही काहीच केलेलं नाही म्हणून. So he was very angry and he was very displeased and he said that you have not done this, you have not done the experiments, I will fail all of the students. Then somehow he was convinced, so he said I have one condition I will put. What is that condition? That I will put my own sample, and if a single student identifies that, I will pass the whole class. That we didn't know. So we are going in a row, we have to identify, write this, and so he had kept a sample. So we means I am last, always last. So I was the last student. So I went there, I saw through the microscope and started writing. So he was standing behind. He said, did you see the sample? I said, yes. Specimen, yes. Did you identify it? I said, yes. He was very surprised. He said, show me what you are writing. I showed him. He was so surprised. He said, this is correct. How did you recognize this? Because I know you don't have this sample. I said I had seen it in the science college, Karad. Because that time they had shown us this. And that was a wall in the stomach of a fish, which was very difficult to identify. He said that our students can't identify after showing 3-4 times also. And just looking at once you have identified it, I will pass the whole class. So that's how it happened. So it is not important where you learn. It is important what you learn. Always remember this. If you learn Newton's law by sitting under a tree, it doesn't matter as long as you understand the law. Otherwise, sitting in a 5-star classroom, if you don't understand that law, it's of no use. So remember that is very important, that what you learn is important. That will actually carry you. त्याच्यानंतर 2 किस्से असेच घडले. प्री डिग्रीचा रिझल्ट लागला आणि मी गावाकडे होतो. And that time, that result used to come in the newspaper. Nowadays, now it is not possible. And I was waiting for the result in my village, but there was no paper. Okay. Nothing to read in the village. So I couldn't see the result. Then I have to take the admission for the next year. So I have to know the result. So what to do? Then there was a suggestion that I should go to a place known as Karmala, which is near to my village, but it comes under the Shivaji University. So if I travel to that place, then I could see the result in the college. So I said, okay, I will go. So I went there. When I reached there, there was no one in the college. I searched and there was one clerk who was sitting in somewhere. I could find him. He said, what is that you want? I said, I want to have a look at my result. He looked at me, he said, what kind of student you are? The result is out 15 days back and you are coming after 15 days. He said, I said, okay, I was in that village and there is no, way I should know, I could know the result. So reluctantly he said, okay, I will see the result. So he started with the third division, third class. There was no number. Then he went to second class. There is no number. He started closing that. He said, okay, now you can go back. There is no number. I said, look in the first class. No number. Then so he said, now, okay, fine. I said, no, look in the distinction. He looked at it and there was the number. He was so, अरे काय तू पोरगा आहे का काय म्हणे, हां इतके दिवस झाले डिस्टिंक्शनमध्ये येतो आणि ते रिझल्ट बघत नाही वगैरे वगैरे. मी म्हटलं अहो म्हणजे शक्यच नव्हतं मला ते, कारण आमच्या गावात पेपर येत नाही काही नाही, त्यामुळे कसं कळणार. मग तो म्हणाला की माझ्या कॉलेजमध्ये काय येत नाही, तो यू जॉईन दिस कॉलेज ओनली. I said, no, I had that, I have already taken admission over there, I'll go. So that is how I went. Next year also the same thing happened. That time though my number didn't come in the newspaper. So I had to travel all the way to Patan and to have a look at there. Though I was confident that I will get first class, but there was no number. By mistake some other number was printed over there. Then the question came that after 2 years, that college was not permitted to start SY, second year. So I had a big question mark now, where to go. So then I said that I will try in Ahmednagar College. Ahmednagar College was on the top. It was very difficult to get admission over there. I asked some people to help, nobody helped. Some people said that you have to take help from the political people. We are so poor, who will recognize us? My brothers were working somewhere else. They said, you go and try yourself. So I went there. I said, okay, I will try myself. So that office superintendent used to be very strict. He never used to talk to anybody. Because Ahmednagar College was on top. Means all students, to get admission was very difficult. तर मी ऑफिसमध्ये गेलो त्यांच्या, आता ते ऑफिसमध्ये जायला पण घाबरायचे लोक, माझ्यावर कोणी यायला तयार नाही झालं. ते मला आम्ही नाही येणार त्याच्याकडे, ते बिपिन म्हणजे फार भयंकर काम आहे म्हणून. मी म्हटलं जाऊ दे, मलाच जायला पाहिजे. मग मी गेलो त्याच्याकडे. तर ते टेबलवर बसले होते, मी त्यांच्यापुढे ठेवला माझा अर्ज आणि माझे सगळे मार्क लिस्ट वगैरे ते ठेवले, स्कॉलरशिप वगैरे होता ते बघायला लागले. आणि त्यांनी स्कॉलरशिप बघितलं माझ्याकडे बघितलं. म्हणाले कुठे होता तू? म्हणलं पाटणला. तिकडे कशाला गेला होता? म्हणलं अहो माझ्याकडे पैसे नव्हते आणि त्यामुळे इथे घेणं शक्य नव्हतं. मग आता कशाला येतं? म्हणलं आता स्कॉलरशिप मिळाली त्यामुळे मी इथे राहू शकतो. ठीक आहे म्हणे, घ्या. दिलं ॲडमिशन, गेलं म्हणे. दॅट्स हाऊ आय गॉट द ॲडमिशन. सो डोंट लिसन टू अदर्स. People used to say that you will never get admission in that college because it is not possible. But I believed in myself and I said, no, I want to take admission over here. I will try myself. Let us see what happens. After going there, माझा अवतार म्हणजे काय होता? पायजमा, शर्ट, चप्पल, कधी कधी टोपी पण घालायची. आणि तिथलं अहमदनगर म्हणजे फॉरवर्ड कॉलेज होतं, म्हणजे फॅशनेबल एकदम. तेव्हा लोक माझ्याकडे असं कुणीतरी स्पेसिमन कुठून आला आहे वगैरे असं बघायचे, बोलायचे पण नाही. गंमत काय झाली की मी ते मोठं कॉलेज, मोठं स्टेज, ते टीचर स्टेजवर येऊन शिकवायचे, 80-90 मुलं बसलेले. मी लहान कॉलेजमधून आलो होतो, 12 आमच्या 18-20 मुलं असायचे वर्गामध्ये. ते शिक्षक आहे आमच्या पातळीतच उभं राहून शिकवायचे वगैरे वगैरे. त्यामुळे मला दडपण आला एकदम. मी म्हटलं अरे आपला इथे निभाव कसा लागणार आहे. आणि काही गोष्टी मला कळत पण नव्हत्या, म्हणजे डिफरन्शियल इक्वेशन, कॅल्क्युलस, ह्याच्यातल्या गोष्टी अवघड वाटत होत्या मला जरा. तर मी म्हणलं, मी इतरांना विचारलं की म्हणलं की हे अवघड दिसतं. हे सोपं आहे म्हणे. मग माझा कॉन्फिडन्स अजून कमी झाला. म्हणलं अरे यांना सोपं वाटतं ना, आपलं काहीच कळत नाही. मग मी माझ्या भावाला पत्र लिहिलं की अरे बाबा मला काही कळत नाही इथे, काय करायचं. मग त्यांनी लिहिलं की यू लेट अस गो थ्रू द एक्झाम, लेट अस सी आफ्टर फर्स्ट सेमिस्टर विल सी व्हॉट इज टू बी डन. And then I studied on my own and all. When the results came, I got 38, 37 out of 40. Okay. And those people who were saying, हाँ सोपा है, ते सगळे नापास झाले. Then I realized कि अरे यहाँ तो मुखोटा होता है. Means you have to pose that you are very intelligent. Whether you are or not, doesn't matter. So don't go by that. आपलं काय आहे ते आपल्याजवळ आहे, आपला त्याच्यावर विश्वास ठेवायचा आणि पुढे जायचं. प्रॅक्टिकलमध्ये तसंच झालं. प्रॅक्टिकलची परीक्षा झाली, प्रॅक्टिकल केलं मी. ओरल घ्यायला कोणीच आलं नाही. And even at that time, students used to be afraid of oral. So they used to skip that, and then teacher used to give average marks. So I thought that I will get less marks. So I went to that teacher over there. He said, I completed my experiment. He said, so what? No, nobody has taken my oral. Do you want? I said, yes. He called all other students. He see what he is saying. He is take my oral. So everybody started laughing. But I said, no, I want my oral to be taken. So he got angry because he thought this is, I am acting smart. He gave him one formula and he said, go and derive it. I went and derived it and gave it to him. He looked at it, this is not taught. I said, but I know it. He was so happy, I gave all the credit to him. Then he started inquiring me, where from you have come? This is the first year I am seeing you, vagara, vagara. And then he assured me that whatever help you need, I will give you. That is the quality of good teacher, And I always remember his help. So that is how you have to establish yourself. Try and establish yourself and use your past experience. If you are studied, if you are done well, if you are really understood the things, then there is no way to, you should not be afraid of anybody. You can compete with anybody. Don't worry about it. And that is the lesson which I will give you, because I have lived it. This is not a borrowed experience, or it is not from somebody's biography. This is what I have lived, and I have faced this at every point. Then I decided to join Pune University. So Pune University joining was a very tough, because people used to be scared of that department. There you get negative marks, this, that, so many things were told. So many of the students used to take admission in the college. But I said, no, I want to join the university department. So I joined that. So that time it was a good department, very good teachers. But it was very tough getting marks over there. It was not easy. But if you are confident, things work out. I'll share with you one anecdote. There was a welcome party for the juniors. So they gave us a welcome party. The purpose was to introduce each other, get introduced with each other. But there was a hidden agenda also to harass. So senior students started asking awkward questions to the juniors. They used to call us on stage and ask some stupid questions, like that. So one of the students who came from Nashik, I remember his name was Satish Bagal. So when he was called on the stage, some questions were asked to him, and then one senior who thought he is very smart, he said, what is the difference between Bagal and Pagal? That Bagal was so smart, he said, that is the difference between you and me. That harassment was over. So be smart, If you are smart, then you can survive. So think quickly, that's called hazar jawabepana asa lagta. And I was very impressed. Yes, this is the way we have to answer. So I still remember that antidote in physics department. But I worked simultaneously because I had very little money coming from my home. So I took tuitions. So Dr. R.J. Takawale, who was a great vice chancellor, he was our teacher. So he knew that I am in need of money. So he said, can you take a tuition? And tuition was of 9th year standard girl, and I have to teach her physics like that. I said, okay, I can do that. So her father was engineer, and they had a bungalow near the university. So I used to go there 4 days in a week and teach her whatever difficulties I used to solve. So what happened, first few days went like that. I used to teach physics, she used to ask difficulties and all. Later on, she started asking me difficulties in chemistry, mathematics, like that, even history, and I used to tell. At the end of month, he called me. He said, okay, let's have a tea. I said, okay. He said, how much would you take? Initially he had asked, so I said 90 rupees. 90 rupees was a big sum that time. So he said, young man, you don't know how to sell yourself. I said, what happened? He said, I hired you for physics and you are teaching all the subjects. So this is not fair. I'll pay you more. So he started paying me 180 rupees. And 180 rupees was a big sum that time. Means mess bill used to be 90 rupees and plus 90 rupees with me to spend. It was a big sum because coming to Deccan was 25 paisa by PMT and by model colony 30 paisa. But still we used to walk or use the cycle. that was the stage. But that is how I supported myself. And after MSc, I decided that I will not take any help from my house. I said I should be on my own. In fact, it should have been earlier, but in India, people, means parents support you all the time. So after that, when I was not getting a scholarship, I used to work in the night school, St. Vincent Night School. So the whole day I used to work in the department. After 4 o'clock, on cycle I used to travel to Deccan, then take a bus, go to St. Vincent, take 2 lectures and come back. So it used to be 10 o'clock in the night, coming back to the hostel room. So mess used to be closed that time, but that owner of the mess was very kind. He used to put my, meal over there. So I used to eat at 10:30, and that is how it was going on. So in St. Vincent, what happened, they actually, because I was very junior, so they gave me 4th standard, 5th standard like that. So one day, a teacher from 10th class didn't come. So my principal asked that, can you engage that class? And this was a night school. I mean, students used to be 2 times, elder than me. Because they were part-time students. They used to work somewhere in hotel, this, that, and they were very difficult to manage. So when that class used to go on, the principal, who was a German principal, used to come himself and sit in the class to control the class. That day I went to that class and somehow he came late. So when I went to the class, they were doing all kinds of things in the class and all. But I ignored them. I started writing and teaching. After a few minutes, some students got interested in that. So one by one, they silenced others. They said, no, don't do that. We want to listen to the teacher. And it became a pin drop silence in the class. So when principal came, he got surprised. There is no noise coming from the man, whether it is a class or not. So he came inside. And he saw me because I never met him. So he didn't know who am I. And he got surprised and he sat in the class itself. And he listened throughout the class, he listened. And then while going he said, meet me tomorrow. So I went to meet him. He said, what you are doing and all, what are your plans and all. I said, I want to do PhD. He said, what you will do doing PhD and all. He said, I don't know that, but I have that plan. I want to complete my PhD. He said, look, young boy, I will appoint you in the day school. You can continue teaching in the night school also. Plus, I will give you tuitions. So you should join our institution. And next year, we have many branches all over India. So anywhere you want to get transferred, I will transfer you. I said, no, but I have a plan to do PhD. He said, what is your plan? I said, I am 22 years old. So I have still 3 years with me. So in those 3 years, I will see where I am, whether I am able to complete my PhD or not. If I am, I will go further. If I am not, then I will change my direction and will take a job. He got so surprised. Hey, you have a plan. Don't join my institution. You do PhD. So you should have your plan and you should stick to that. You should be confident about that. You should be ready to take risk. Okay? This was a risk, but you have to take it. If you want to achieve your goals, then you will have to take risk. And that decision is made by you only. Nobody else will make decision for you. So all decisions which I have taken are taken by me. Nobody else has taken these decisions. When I have grown up. Earlier, of course, in school days and all, my brothers and all, they used to help me. But later on, they said, no, it is your life. You take the decision, you go ahead. So remember this, that you are grown up now. You are above 18. See, in foreign countries, if you are past the 10th standard, the parents will kick you out. Here, मराठीतला ते विनोद आहे की बाब्याला बाबा झाला तरी आई वडील त्याला मदत करतात असे आपलं अदर एक्स्ट्रीम आहे. तर वी हॅव टू बॅलन्स इट समवेअर. ट्राय अँड गेट इंडिपेंडंट. तुम्ही आत्तापासून विचार करा की पुढच्या 4 वर्षांमध्ये मी घरून पैसे घेणार नाही, मग मी काय करू शकतो, कुठले काम करू शकतो. आणि डोंट फील शाय. कुठलंही काम कमी दर्जाचं नाही. लक्षात ठेवा, आपली मुलं ज्यावेळेस अमेरिकेत शिकायला जातात MS करायला, त्यावेळेस वेटरचं सुद्धा काम करतात, हे लक्षात ठेवा. त्यामुळे आपल्याकडेच हा टाबू आहे की हे काम केलं, ते काम केलं, इथं काम केलं, तिथं काम केलं, त्यांनी काही फरक पडत नाही. नोबडी इज गोइंग टू आस्क यू आफ्टरवर्ड्स दॅट वेअर डिड यू वर्क. तर हे जे इंडिपेंडन्स आहे, सेन्स ऑफ इंडिपेंडन्स, तो तुम्ही चालू ठेवा. मग इथे मी हे सुरू केलं, म्हणजे रिसर्च सुरू केला मी. तर मला मुंबईला स्कॉलरशिप मिळाली. तिथे एक देर वॉज अ न्यू इन्स्टिट्यूट विच वॉज कमिंग अप, फाउंडेशन फॉर मेडिकल रिसर्च, बट दॅट वॉज गोइंग टू वर्क इन द फील्ड ऑफ लेप्रसी. You know, leprosy is a very, there is a lot of taboo associated with it. And I was scared. I myself was scared. But then I decided, no, this is a good opportunity. And I can do my PhD very fast because there were all things available over there. Plus I was getting scholarship. 600 rupees that time was a big sum, big money. So I joined that institute. And the first time I have to work in the biology field, related to physics, biophysics. I have hardly done any dissection. I told you that in our Patan college, when I had a biology in first year, there was no practical conducted. So there came the question of handling the biological systems. So our director, Dr. Antia, was a very forward-looking person. He was unconventional. So he said that, okay, I will teach you dissection. I thought that he will teach me mouse or frog or something like that. It's okay, manageable. So one day he said that from tomorrow onwards, we'll do human dissection. And I was very scared. But I said, this is the best opportunity. Who will teach human dissection to a physics student? So I said yes. When I went there, that scene over there is very disgusting. There are tables, some tables you will see, somewhere you see head, somewhere hand, somewhere leg, all dead bodies. And I said, what? Then I said, I want hand, because I wanted to see the ulnar nerve. So one person went, put his hand in the drum, take out, oh, it's a head. Put it again, then hand, like that. And he gave me a hand. But I did it. You will imagine the whole night I couldn't sleep, because it was all the time seeing those things. But that gave me an additional dimension, that when I was in Pune, biology people used to laugh at us that we are working on the biological system. They never taught us. In fact, they did a lot of fun, made fun of us. When they knew that I did the human dissection, they started coming towards me for the advice. So that is the new dimension I have acquired. And only because I dared to do it. It was very difficult, but I did it. And that gave me the another dimension. Even now, medical doctors consult me on many issues which are at the interface of physics and medicine. Many of my students have got PhD in that medical physics. They are at very high posts, working in command hospital in Delhi at colonel's rank, or in this command hospital Pune. One was in Canada. And that has happened only because I have acquired this multidimensional facility. So I did complete my research and all. And then I joined as a lecturer. But before that I worked in the NDA for 6 months on temporary basis. So there also what happened, that they took my interview and they said that you are appointed. So I resigned in Bombay, that post I have resigned. I came to join, They said, no, you will have to get your name recommended from the employment exchange. I said, this is not fair. You told me that I am selected and only because of your word I have resigned from Mumbai. That was going on. But there was one person, Sabardekar, who was the head of the physics department. He supported me. He said, you are right. You fight. And then I fought. I said, nothing to you. I want appointment over here because you have selected me. Then they said that there is only one possibility, and that you should face the interview with the commandant. I said, okay, I'll face it. So I faced interview with the commandant, and then I got appointed. So you have to be, you have to stick to your things. I said, ki this is improper, though I can get recommendation from employment exchange. It was not difficult, but I will not do it because it is a matter of principle. So you have to stand by it. And that is how I worked there 6 months. Then I got appointed in the physics department, Pune University, as a lecturer. Then while doing that, I started working in Lok Vigyan Sangatna, People Science Movement. This People Science Movement, we form a group, and our aim was to take science to the common people. So we used to organize lectures, then we used to organize some processions, jatra, yatra, all kinds of things we used to do. And that helped me to know that I can write. That once I have made one poster demonstration, and everybody praised that, and then I realized that I can write. That was at the age of 28. Remember this. So always search inside. What are your likings? What are your abilities? What you can develop? Maybe you have ignored something which is within you. And this is what happened. That I started writing at the age of 28. And I wrote now 18 books. More than 500 articles and so many stories and all kinds of things. And this has happened only because of Lok Vigyan Sangatna. Because I started working that. I'll take only one antidote in that, one something. We used to take science to people, means explain them. So I used to lead some processions. So one procession was from Aurangabad, Vaijapur, Aurangabad, like that, going towards Dhule and all. So what I used to do, I used to train the student, local student, to demonstrate the toys, scientific toys, and then explain the scientific principle. So student used to help me. So at one place, students were doing that, and all of a sudden everybody came running to me. I said, what happened? He said, that person has come and now will not explain anything. I said, what is that? What that person does? He said, they said he asked so many questions. And then, he makes fun of us. I said, don't worry. You explain him whatever you can, and whenever you are not able to, call me. So at one place, what were we explaining? आम्ही सेंटर ऑफ ग्रॅव्हिटी म्हणजे काय हे आम्ही समजावून सांगत होतो. आता सेंटर ऑफ ग्रॅव्हिटी म्हणजे काय, तर तुमचा बॅलन्स ठेवण्यासाठी त्याची आवश्यकता असते. म्हणजे तो खाली जितकं जास्त असेल तेवढी स्टेबल सिस्टीम असते. समजा गाडी बैलगाडी आहे, तुम्ही उंच भरली तर मग ती लवकर कलंडते किंवा ट्रक कलंडतो वगैरे वगैरे. आणि हे एक्सप्लेन करण्यासाठी आम्ही काय करत होतो, अशी एक आमच्याकडे इन्स्ट्रुमेंट होतं, चौकट अशी, त्याला 4 पाय, मध्ये खांब, आणि त्याला ओळंबा चिकटवलेला लावलेला असायचा, आणि ती फ्रेम अशी आम्ही तिरकी करायचो. ती तिरकी केली आणि ओळंबा बाहेर गेला की ती पडायची, आणि मग म्हणायचो आम्ही किंवा सेंटर ऑफ ग्रॅव्हिटीमुळे घडतं. तर तो माणूस आला आणि तो म्हणे की हे झूठ आहे म्हणे. म्हणलं झूठ आहे म्हणे, हे सेंटर ऑफ ग्रॅव्हिटी से नहीं गिरता है म्हणे. म्हणलं क्यों गिरता है फिर? म्हणे उसका बैलेंस जाता है. प्रॉब्लेम आला. मग मी म्हणलं बॅलन्स जाता है ना क्या होता है? मग त्याला सांगता येईना. मग म्हणलं आम्ही तेच सांगतो बॅलन्स जाता है ना क्या होता है, पण आम्हाला माहितीच नव्हतं हे. दिस वी रिअलाइज थ्रू इंटरॅक्शन. सो दॅट इज द ॲडव्हान्टेज टॉकिंग टू द पीपल. वेन यू टॉक अबाउट युअर आयडियाज, you will get the additional information. So that is your gain. So nothing in life, let me tell you, nothing in life goes in vain. कुठलंही चांगलं काम कधीही वाया जात नाही, हे लक्षात ठेवा. आणि त्यामुळे तुम्हाला संधी आली तर तुम्ही काम करा. विचार करू नका की याचा काय फायदा होईल पुढे पुढे आपल्याला रिवॉर्ड मिळेल का नाही वगैरे. ते मिळेलच, नक्कीच मिळेल. त्यावेळेस नाही मिळालं तर नंतर मिळेल. आणि त्याच्यामुळे काय झालं की ह्या रिसर्च आणि ह्याच्यामुळे अनेक वेळा परदेशी जाण्याचा योग आला. म्हणजे लहानपणी तुम्हाला सांगतो, आमच्या गावापासनं एक 12 किलोमीटरवर एक मंदिर आहे महादेवाचं, आणि तिथे एक धबधबा आहे छोटा. तर श्रावण महिन्यामध्ये त्याची यात्रा भरायची आणि सगळी लोक जायची तिथे आमच्या गावातले, पण आम्ही जाऊच शकत नव्हतो कारण आमच्याकडे तेवढे पैसे नव्हते. 12 किलोमीटर एस टीने जायचे, पण पैसे आमच्याकडे नव्हते. आणि आय यूज टू ओनली वेट ऑन द बस स्टँड आणि पहा किती गाड्या आल्या किती गेल्या वगैरे वगैरे असं. आणि मी नायगरा आता 2दा पाहिला आहे. ओके, म्हणजे 21 देशांना भेटी दिल्यात. फक्त साऊथ अमेरिका सोडले तर सगळे खंड झाले आहेत आता. आणि अनेक ठिकाणी युरोप पूर्ण सगळे देश झाले युरोपमधले. चीन झाला, जपान झाला, सिंगापूर झाला, ऑस्ट्रेलिया झाला, साऊथ आफ्रिका झाला, सगळीकडे जाऊन आला. त्यामुळे तुम्ही आता काय आहात याच्यावरून तुमचं भविष्य ठरत नाही. त्यावेळी जर कोणी म्हणालं असतं, म्हणजे कोणाला सांगितलं असतं किंवा मी एवढं फिरणार आहे, तर लोक हसले असते की अरे तुला साध्या चौथाट्याला जाता येत नाही, तू काय फिरणार, नायगरा बघणार काय, असंच म्हणाले असते ना. तर त्याला काही अर्थ नसतो. म्हणजे आज तुम्ही काय आहात याच्यावर काही पुढचं ठरत नाही. तुम्ही इथून पुढे काय करता त्याच्यावर तुम्ही काय होणार आहे हे ठरतं. त्यातलं एक गमतीदार प्रसंग सांगतो. जर्मनीमध्ये मी दुसऱ्या वेळा गेलो होतो, सेकंड टाईम. आणि त्यावेळेस सगळं बदललं होतं तिथे. म्हणजे पूर्वी तिकीट काउंटर होते वगैरे, ते सगळं बदललं आणि तिथे किऑस्क आले होते. आज त्यावेळेस ते एकदम नवीन होतं, मला इकडे काहीच नव्हतं आपल्याकडे किऑस्क वगैरे. आणि मी खाली उतरलो आणि लोकलचं स्टेशन होतं आणि तिथनं मला मेन स्टेशनवर जायचं होतं. तर तिकीट कसं काढायचं हाच प्रश्न होता माझ्याकडे. मी त्या मशीनकडे बघून वाचायचा प्रयत्न करत, थोडं थोडं जर्मन येत होतं मला, पण काही जमत नव्हतं. पाठीमागनं कोणतरी विचारलं की डू यू वॉन्ट एनी हेल्प. तर आय वॉज व्हेरी सरप्राईज बिकॉज जर्मन पीपल नॉर्मली डोंट इंटरफिअर अँड दे डोंट स्पीक इंग्लिश. नाव दे स्टार्टेड स्पीकिंग, बट दॅट टाईम इट वॉज व्हेरी डिफिकल्ट. सो आय सेड येस, आय वॉन्ट हेल्प. So he asked me and then he got me a ticket and everything. Then while going we came to the same compartment. We were sitting in front. Then we started chatting. Then I asked him, I am very surprised and I am very curious to know that usually German people don't offer help on their own. Second thing, they don't speak in English. How come you did that? So he just smiled, and what did he say? He said that when that Bhopal tragedy occurred, he came to India and many people helped him. See, this is a goodwill. Why did he help me? Because somebody else has helped me. And this you should always remember that creation of goodwill is very important in the society. So if you have a chance to help others, do help, because it will come to you through somebody else. It is not one-to-one. That person to whom you are helped may not help you. That's okay. But somebody else will come and help you. And this I have experienced all throughout my life. Whenever there was a need, somebody came and helped me. My mother used to say that God comes in the form of a human being. Okay? So our being a human is very important. Very, very important. So don't think that somebody has not helped or returned the help. Forget about it. You have done it now, forget. It will come to you. And this has happened many times. So this travel is another chapter in my memoirs. Then administration. I did extensive administration, but I never liked it. That is not my first choice. Administration is not my first choice. So I always was reluctant to that. So whenever that finished, I forget it. I forgot I was Vice Chancellor. I forgot I was Director of BVDU. I forgot I was head of the department. Everything. I just forgot it. Because that is a temporary phase. You should always think that after going through that, what you will be. Who will recognize you? Because that is temporary. and people will come to you only because you have the power. The moment that power goes, people will just look at the other. So that is not very this thing. But of course, you should do your duty. I did it. Whenever I got the opportunity, I did the best of my, I gave best of my things to them. That is not the question. But you should be, your attitude should be indifferent. You should not always feel, I am powerful, so I should do it. No, not. It's of no use. So, but I did lot of administration right from beginning. Means when I was in 11th standard, Teachers' Day, I was made headmaster. Okay. So that time I had no pant also, I borrowed it from somebody. And then that pant and shirt, and then I became headmaster. And I was posing as a headmaster. I went around the class, see where classes are being taken. Like that. Then I came and sat on my chair, that headmaster chair, and few people wanted to make a fun of me. So they were the people, and they came to me, and actually ते व्यापारी होते, आणि त्यांनी काहीतरी माल दिला होता शाळेला, आणि त्यांची बिलं थकलेली होती. So they came to me and said ki our bills are pending, so when are you going to pay them? I just smiled and I said ki okay, I will do it today, but you can come tomorrow. and then my teachers appreciated that. He said, yeah, it was the best answer you have given, because they were also looking that what will I do, because they were insisting that the payment should be made and all. So that was the first instance when I had power, at least for a few hours. Then I worked as a rector. Before that I worked as a hostel superintendent also. So then worked as a rector, then worked as a, means in that university faculty, I was elected as a member, youngest member of the department faculty. And then I used to take whatever responsibility is given to me, I used to work. Then I worked as a registrar also. For 2 months only, because I didn't want to work as a registrar, but because there was some problem. So Vice Chancellor requested me ki you be there for 2 months at least. So I was there for 2 months. But that is very, that experience is very bad actually, being a registrar. Because people come for any kind of difficulty, म्हणजे गटार तुंबलं इथपासून ते कुठलीही जबाबदारी ते तुमच्यावरच असते ती. आणि people take the disadvantage of you. Means the moment I sat in the chair, one person came and he said ki I am going to म्हणजे आत्मदहन करणार आहे. आता आत्मदहन करणार म्हणलं मी घाबरलो. म्हणलं काय करावं तर मी आमच्या क्लार्कला विचारलं तिला PA ला, अरे हा आत्मदहन करतोय ना, मला करू द्यावं म्हणजे असं बराच वेळ येऊन जातात. That was the first experience of administration. Then as a BCVD director I did lot of contribution, that is appreciated by many, because I took lot many things which were not there. I did lot many schemes I implemented. Research funding was one of the things which I took it, because I always said that teachers should be animal, and when I am in the power I should do something, and I implemented that scheme where more than 1600 projects got initiated. Now also any college I go, somebody will come and tell that, sir, because of that I got benefited. Either my PhD was complete, or I could publish the papers, I got promotion, I got this, I got that. And that is nothing I have done. That was the university money, only I implemented that. And that was one thing. Innovation for teachers. Avishkar is another, which I developed a model which was very good, and it is replicated by all the universities in Maharashtra. That idea was to expose the students to the research methodology. And that research methodology, because in India we have a lot of difficulties, because our number is very large. Research-based teaching is not an easy job. But at least we should expose our students to the research methodologies. And that is the best opportunity. Participating in Avishkar was the best opportunity for the students at first level, second level, third level, like that. And I did it with all my enthusiasm. And then I got, as a Vice Chancellor, I got selected. But getting a post is sometimes not in your hand. There are so many factors which work. Some are political, some are social, some are financial, some are that. But I had decided that I will not use any one of them. If I get, I get. If I don't get, I don't get. But if your work is good, somewhere they will have to recognize you. They can't sidetrack you so many times because that builds the back pressure. But with that, I will tell you one incident that credit goes to my wife. Once I was rejected, this vice chancellorship, and I got so disappointed. Never I did, means I had been disappointed like that, but that time I really felt that I have some injustice has been done to me. So I was very nervous. So my wife came to me and she said, की कुलगुरू पद मिळालं नाही म्हणजे तुला काय स्वर्गात घेणार नाही का कोणी? Remember this, very important. That it means that it has a limited significance. Being a vice chancellor or not, it has a very little significance. You will be known by your work. You will be known by your work. And that is what I have realized, experienced, and I will tell you that your work speaks and you get far more respect than being a vice chancellor or some position. And the kind of joy you get from the things from which you don't expect anything. म्हणजे मला सगळ्यात आनंद कधी होतो माहिती आहे का, ज्यावेळेस कोणीतरी येऊन सांगतं की सर तुमचं आर्टिकल वाचलं बरं का, किंवा तुमचं पुस्तक वाचलं बरं का, तुम्ही इथं लिहिलं होतं ते चांगलं होतं बरं का. तो जो आनंद आहे ना, तो वाईस चान्सलर झाल्यावरही मिळाला नाही, प्रोफेसर झाल्यावरही मिळाला नाही, किंवा कुठलंही पद मिळाल्यामुळे झालं नाही. पण त्याच्यासाठी तुम्हाला ते एक्सपिरियन्स करावं लागतं. एकदा मी असंच बायकोबरोबर गेलो होतो खरेदीला लक्ष्मी रोडला. नेहमीची पद्धत माहिती आहे की बायको आज जाते आपण बाहेर उभा राहतो, त्यामुळे मी बाहेर उभा राहिलो होतो कारण आपल्याला काही इंटरेस्ट नव्हतं त्याच्यात. तर तिकडनं एक माणूस आला, आमच्या वर्कशॉपमध्ये काम करायचा, तो रिटायर होऊन 5-6 वर्ष झाली होती. तो आला, त्यांनी मला पाहिलं, म्हणलं सर कुठे आहेत तुमको? नाही सर आलो होतो खरेदीसाठी वगैरे. मग तो बोलायला लागला आणि थोड्या वेळाने म्हणाला की सर तुम्ही गेल्या 2 महिन्यामध्ये सकाळमध्ये आर्टिकल नाही लिहिलं. हां म्हणजे तुम्ही वाचता का? हो म्हणे मी फॉलो करतो म्हणे तुम्हाला. अरे दॅट गिव्ज यू अ जॉय. दॅट पर्सन हॅज नथिंग टू डू विथ यू. म्हणजे त्याच्याकडनं तुमच्याकडनं काही अपेक्षा नाही आहे त्याची, पण अशा माणसाने जर तुम्हाला कॉम्प्लिमेंट दिली तर ती खरी कॉम्प्लिमेंट असते आणि त्याचा आनंद असा असतो की जो तुम्हाला कुठलंही काही मिळवून देणार नाही. हे झालं तरी ज्यावेळेस मला नांदेडला मिळालं व्हाईस चान्सलरशिप, त्यावेळेस मी पूर्णपणे झोकून दिलं. मला म्हणजे ज्यावेळेस माझं सिलेक्शन झालं त्यावेळेस मला एक प्रश्न विचारला होता वार्ताहरांनी, पराग पोद्दारच होता लोकमतचा, की तुमचं ध्येय काय? तर मी म्हणलं की आय वॉन्ट टू गेट A ग्रेड फॉर दॅट युनिव्हर्सिटी. आणि ते छापून पण आलं होतं. When I went there, everybody started laughing. He said, what sir, how would you get A grade? I said, what is the problem? They said, have you looked at the CGPA? I said, no. They said it is 2.15. I used to think B grade means it must be 2.5 and above. So I said, okay, now whatever is there is there. We have to decide that aim that we should get A grade. And I started working on that. The first thing I did, I had a conversation with the teachers. Every teacher I spoke half an hour. I asked him what you have been doing, what are you doing, and what you will do. What are your difficulties? And like that, I said that I want the project to be submitted immediately, and within 1 year we should get the project. See this, how people responded. In 1 year, the number of projects become double. Then we started making the SSR. Now, why should NAC give you A grade? You should show something, na, which is of that quality. So, what I decided that I will work out some USP, unique significant point. So, right from the beginning, means 20 years of history, I selected 3 from there, and 4th one I have created myself. So the first one was that Dr. Wagmare, when he was the Vice Chancellor, there was a lot of copy, going on. So he took a measure, which was very revolutionary. No other university has done this. In that university, if you are caught doing copy in one subject, your performance in all subject is cancelled. That is called whole performance cancellation. No university does this. That is unique significant point of that university. And it so happened that people went up to the Supreme Court. But the court upheld that. He says nothing doing. This is a social crime. So we upheld that. So that was one USP. Second, one of the teachers got the telescope, 6-sense telescope, along with the computerized system. But only because that dome was built in a wrong way. And it got stuck up there only. So in 1 year I got it operational. So that was another significant point. Third was that when Killari had that earthquake, there was a center which was established in the university. That provides the service to whole country. So that is the third USP. And when I went there, I started a scheme, one teacher, one skill. That every teacher has to acquire one skill, at least one skill, and impart it to the students. And for that I took teachers training, then got them ready for that. Initially there was a lot of opposition, but later on they actually liked that system, and teachers did wonder. They wrote the books and this and that, and syllabus change and everything. So that was the 4th USP. And along with that, we presented whatever we have been doing and all kind of things. Governance, they felt it was so good. They said this is the first time we didn't get any complaint from anybody about the Vice Chancellor. And I not being there, everything was going smoothly. I never went with them. For the first presentation I did, I sat in my room, office. I said, whatever difficulties you have, you can come to me. I will not come. So that got impressed, the committee got impressed very much by that. And that's how we got the A grade. That was a dream. And as the Kalpana Chawla says, that path from dream to reality does exist. Remember this. So have your dream. Don't hesitate to have a dream. Maybe you may not succeed, but you will get lot of things which will help you to do something else. So Kalpana Chawla started her dream in the childhood. She has wrote a letter to her friend that in this vacation we'll go to a star which is other world, and we'll go by a ship, and she has drawn the ship also, and we will be, 2 of us will be there, and that kind of. So she was dreaming that in the childhood, and you know that she made it. So that is a famous sentence by her, that path from dream to reality does exist. So remember this. And that is how I tried to bring up that university. Because we got A grade, we got lot many grants, and because of that I could get an tribal center at Kinwat. Then we got big this indoor stadium built. Then we got instrumentation center. Then we started new center at Parbhani. So many things I had done. And the day I retired, next day I was out. People next day came to see me, I was not there. And I came by my own car. I got my car from here. But they said that there is a protocol that they have to bring. So my car actually has to bring like that. See, your attitude should be very clear. That whenever I go now that place or in, I never pose as a Vice Chancellor. I am nowhere. I am just like you, one of them. And that is how people actually love you. प्रेम मिळण्याचं हे एकमेव साधन आहे की तुम्ही इतरांशी कसं वागता. जसं विद्यार्थी का तुम्हाला आठवणीत ठेवतात, ते एक तर तुमचं नॉलेज, आणि दुसरं म्हणजे माणूस म्हणून तुम्ही त्यांच्याशी कसं वागला. आणि हे 2 गोष्टी आपण नेहमी लक्षात ठेवल्या पाहिजे की आपण काही जरी असलो तरी आपण माणूस आहोत, आणि माणुसकी आपण कधीच सोडायची नाही. तर अशा अनेक गोष्टी आहेत, पण आय थिंक आय हॅव एक्सप्लेन यू इनफ. एक शेवटचं तुम्हाला एक 2 गोष्टी सांगतो, की म्हणजे मी जे गोष्टी काढल्या त्या फक्त तुम्हाला सांगतो, की कष्टाचा बाऊ करू नका, ध्येयावर लक्ष ठेवा. वॉट एव्हर मीन्स, डोंट से आय हॅव डन दिस अँड सो मच. नो, एव्हरीबडी हॅज टू डू इट. इवन इन अमेरिका पीपल वर्क लाईक एनिथिंग, यू नो. We feel that, oh, they are staying in a heaven. No. From Monday to Saturday, Friday, they are so engaged that they have no time to look even. So you have not seen that life. म्हणजे दुरून डोंगर साजरे म्हणतो ना आपण, तसं आहे ते. आपल्याकडे उलट फार गोष्टी चांगल्या आहेत. म्हणजे अर्धा स्वर्ग तिकडे आणि अर्धा स्वर्ग इकडे, पूर्ण स्वर्ग कुठेच नाही. त्यामुळे कष्ट तुम्ही हे करू नका आणि त्याचं बाऊ करू नका. खुल्या मनाने जीवनाला सामोरं जा. तुमचे सगळे प्रिज्युडिसेस सोडून द्या. धर्म, जात, पंथ, वंश सगळ्या गोष्टी सोडा. आपल्याला पुढे जायचं आहे. आपलं ध्येय काय, त्याच्यामध्ये लोक मदत करतील तुम्हाला. कोणीही मदत करणारा हा ईश्वराचाच अंश असतो, लक्षात ठेवा. पण तो कोणी का असे ना, अगदी साधा रस्त्यावरचा माणूसाने जरी तुम्हाला थोडी मदत केली ना, तरी ही इज रिप्रेझेंटिंग द गॉड, हे लक्षात ठेवायचं. व्यासंग जपा. व्यासंग जपून व्यक्तिमत्व विकास करा. तुम्ही जर शिकता त्याच्यापेक्षा वेगळं काहीतरी असेल तुमचं, तर ते चालू ठेवा. तुम्ही गाणं म्हणत असाल, तुम्ही इन्स्ट्रुमेंट प्ले करत असाल, किंवा तुम्हाला लिहिता येत असेल, किंवा तुम्ही मिमिक्री काही करत असाल तुम्ही, ते फार महत्त्वाचं आहे. कारण पुढच्या नोकऱ्या ज्या आहेत त्या त्याच्यावर अवलंबून आहेत. म्हणजे आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजन्समुळे जग बदलणार आहे. त्याचा मागोवा घ्या आणि त्या काळी कशा प्रकारचे नोकऱ्या असतील किंवा कशा प्रकारच्या कपॅसिटी लागतील याची माहिती करून घ्या. त्याचे अनेक व्हिडिओ आहेत. बहुतेकांकडे स्मार्टफोन असणार आहेत. भूषण केळकर त्यांचं पुस्तक वाचा, त्यांचे इंटरव्ह्यू ऐका, त्याने आहे ना. तर त्याच्यामध्ये पुष्कळ गोष्टी केल्या. मित्र मिळवा, चांगले मित्र मिळवा. अजून माझ्या कॉलेजमधले मित्रांनी आम्ही एकत्र जमतो एकमेकांना. आणि अपेक्षा काही नसते आमची, केवळ आनंद एकमेकांना भेटण्याचा. तर हेच म्हणजे पुढे मित्र मिळतात पण ते टिकत नाहीत. कॉलेज जीवनात जे मित्र मिळतात ते कायम टिकतात शेवटपर्यंत. दिलेले काम चोखपणं करा. आता जे तुम्हाला करायला सांगितलं त्याच्यावर कॉन्सन्ट्रेट करा, कारण ते तुमची कपॅसिटी वाढवणार आहे. चांगले योगदान कधीच वाया जात नाही सांगितलं. आपले मूळ व्यक्तिमत्व जपा. तुमचं स्वतःचं अधिकारपदे क्षणिक असतात. ते नसताना तुम्ही काय आहात, म्हणजे नाटकातल्या राजासारखं असतं ते. ज्यावेळेस तो स्टेजवर असतो त्यावेळेस तो राजा असतो, बाहेर आल्यावर काय होतं, काहीच नाही. समाजाप्रती कृतज्ञता ठेवा. गरजूला मदत करा. आणि मदत करताना जात, धर्म, पंथ याची विचार करू नका. जो गरजू आहे खरा असं तुम्हाला वाटलं तर तुम्ही अवश्य मदत करा त्याला. निराश होऊ नका. आणि सगळ्यात शेवटी म्हणजे वेगळी वाट पकडण्याचं धाडस ठेवा. कारण बऱ्याच वेळा अपॉर्च्युनिटीज अशा असतात इकडे अशा नसतात, सरळ नसतात. म्हणून माझ्या ह्या मेमॉइर्सला मी नाव दिलं आहे सांदन वाट, म्हणजे अनट्रोडन पाथ. म्हणजे मी अनेक डिसिजन असे घेतले की जे कन्व्हेन्शनल नव्हते. म्हणजे मी बायोफिजिक्स घेतलं, हे कन्व्हेन्शनल नव्हतं. मी ह्युमन डिसेक्शन केलं, मी हे कन्व्हेन्शनल नव्हतं. अशा अनेक गोष्टी मी केल्या. मी लिखाण केलं जे कन्व्हेन्शनल नव्हतं. म्हणजे लोक नावं ठेवायचे इनिशियली, त्यांनी म्हणजे टर उडवायचे की अरे हा फिजिक्स शिकवतो का लिहितो वगैरे वगैरे असं. पण त्याच्याकडे लक्ष द्यायचं नाही, आपण आपली कामं करायची. तर विश यू ऑल द बेस्ट. हे जग तुमचं आहे आणि तुम्हाला सगळ्यांना शुभेच्छा. आणि प्रिन्सिपल साहेब, त्यांचे सगळे सहकारी, प्रशांत पाटील, BN पवार, आमचे जुने सहकारी, या सगळ्यांना खूप खूप धन्यवाद. तुमचे काही प्रश्न असतील तर विचारा, मी उत्तर देईन.
Thank you so much, sir. Your words were truly inspiring and motivational for all of us. Now, I would request conveyor of this induction program, Dr. Prashant Patil, sir, Head Department of Commerce, to toss the vote of thanks.
Good afternoon, all of you. Before we move forward for vote of thanks, there is an important announcement. Just 3 minutes. You just set your watch. I'll not take more than 3 minutes. So, the important announcement is about tomorrow's schedule. That we are fortunate to get the confirmation from the person who is heading the National Defense Academy. Principal of National Defense Academy will be addressing the crowd tomorrow. Thank you so much for your enthusiasm, and that's why we decided to start the program at 9:30 AM. सगळ्यांनी लक्षात घ्या, उद्या कार्यक्रम ठीक सकाळी 9:30 वाजता सुरू होईल. ठीक आहे. लेक्चर्स नंतर डायरेक्ट इकडे यायचं तुम्ही, आणि कॉम्प्युटर सायन्स आणि सायन्स थोडं अर्धा तास लवकर यायचं आहे. ठीक आहे, 9:30 वाजता. नाऊ there is one more announcement for staff. We will have a short meeting after the see off to the guest. Thank you. Stop meeting. Done. So now I come to the vote of thanks. I respect, I give my heartfelt tribute to the Honorable Founder Chancellor, Dr. Patangrao Kadam Sahib. We are able to do all these things, and I am truly inspired by his vision, social transformation through dynamic education. So if we look around, the generations like today's guest, Honorable former Vice Chancellor Vidyasagar sir, the hurdles, the burden, the hard work this generation has sacrificed throughout their life. We may not be going through just 1% of it. Am I right? So the message that sir has given to us is very much precious, and that is that path from dream to reality is possible, and I feel that sir, you are the true inspiration for it, and you are the true example. Thank you so much. I am thankful to all our university authorities for their support and approval for this induction program. I am thankful to Dr. B.N. Pawar sir, because he helped us to coordinate and get connected with our chief guest. I am thankful to our in-charge principal sir, who has coined almost all the terms in this induction program, which includes voyage with the Vice Chancellor, and tomorrow's session, that is salute to the nation, Bharat Vande Mataram. So these small things creating big impact on the student lives, giving the lessons of patriotism and nationalism, all are coined and coming from the in-charge principal sir. I am thankful to him. Then I am thankful to our vice principals, Dr. G.B. Madi sir and Dr. S.S. Patil sir, for their continuous support and help to coordinate all these things. I am thankful to all the head of the departments, teaching and non-teaching staff, the induction committee, and all the coordinators who headed the responsibility to make this program a great success. Last but not the least, all my dear friends and students. Your patience is a value, and I think we will continue remaining 2 more days with the same patience, right? And we will ensure at our end that after this 3 days program, you will have too many things to carry with you and to make your journey towards higher education really meaningful. Now you can clap, and I am thankful to all of you. Thank you so much.